This is Shive IT coming to explain the EMC Federation Converged Infrastructure Strategy at a high level. Some of you are going to be familiar with Choose Your Own Adventure books, right? That's essentially what we're going to do with blocks, racks, and appliances. We're going to marry our customers' requirements for their platform with our very wide, very thorough converged infrastructure platforms and provide them that value day one and day 365. Let's take a look at our approach. It starts with blocks. Those are things we already know. The V block and the VX block, it has the most proven hardware platforms on earth inside of them. VMware, Cisco, and EMC providing the hardware as well as the software, where the resilience of the hardware platform is 5 or 6 nines, and we marry that with a VMware platform that is also recognized as a 5 nines platform. There are economies at scale. They can service traditional applications just like SQL, SAP, Oracle, Exchange, just as well as they can service cloud native or web scale applications. The next one to get to is the opposite side of that spectrum. That is appliance. Literally, it is linear scale out. Each is sold as an individual unit. There are no recognized brands inside of that platform other than the VMware hypervisor / SDDC. The resilience comes from the software platform, and we apply that to commodity off-the-shelf hardware. So you have to trust the SDDC's platform for its resilience. There's linear scale, as mentioned before. The use cases for this are going to be SMB, robo, end user compute. The idea is very simple, very wizard driven, and it's going to manage ones to hundreds of VMs. The most flexible of all of our options is going to be the racks, the VX racks. This will also require a software-defined data center applied to commodity off-the-shelf hardware to provide the resilience. SDDC is important. You'll have options in your software-defined data center on this platform, and it's going to be important to marry that with the requirements of your applications. This will also be an important rack scale option for most of our customers. And as mentioned before, we'll have a choice of persona, aka choice of which SDDC and management orchestration layer we're going to apply to this hardware. Another neat thing about this platform is we can scale out each independent layer, whether it be the compute and memory as well as storage or a hybrid of both. We expect this to be the rack scale. This is going to service from hundreds to tens of thousands of VMs. Let's look at this in a positioning format. When our customers listen to us and ask us our opinions and involve us in their business, they're really asking for our guidance. So this is an internal attempt to show you and guide you where we can marry our solutions with our customers' needs. On the left-hand y-axis, at the top you'll see P3 mobile apps, cloud native. At the bottom of the y-axis, you'll see P2, let's call it x86 workloads. Let's call it virtualized or traditional apps, things like Oracle, SAP, SQL, and the like, Exchange, etc. On the left hand of the x-axis, you'll see flexibility, meaning multiple different types of vendors, various layers we can scale out. We can change this. The most flexible is going to be on the left-hand side. And the most simple, meaning the most unitized, simplest platform is going to be on our far right. Again, the power is in our portfolio. You'll notice I did not put DIY in here. I don't consider that a strategy. I consider that a way that we used to do things that we should not do them anymore. So let's start with reference architecture. Reference architecture benefit is time to value and a guaranteed that a workload will work day one, maybe not day 2 or day 365, but day one it will work. It also allows us to marry different technologies from various vendors. It's an extremely flexible answer, but we still leave all day 2 operational issues on the shoulders of our IT customers. VX racks and blocks attempt to solve that day 2 operational challenge through VCE. Let's then speak about racks. This is a hyper-converged infrastructure. It requires a software-defined data center, meaning it requires the SDDC to provide the resilience across what we consider commodity off-the-shelf hardware. We expect this to service hundreds to tens of thousands of VMs, and this is a nice bridge for our more aggressive customers who are comfortable with the SDDC to be able to support that platform, as well as cloud native / web scale applications. We are going to have certain personas or different options here. So we'll have to marry the persona with the business requirements. And those personas are going to either be OpenStack, VMware, or EMC in VMware to marry those personas with our customer asks. It's going to be the software-defined data center that we apply to that commodity off-the-shelf hardware underneath. Then we have blocks. Everybody knows our blocks. They all know that VCE was the fastest IT organization to $2 billion. They know it's an amazing success story, and they've heard all about the Me Too's in the industry. At the end of the day, it's the easiest answer for any risk-averse C-level execs who want to know the vendors in there. They want to know the name. They want to know the brand. Most importantly, they want to know that the hardware platform provides 5 and 6 nines, that they're not wholly reliant on the software platform to provide resilience. This is a double whammy. It's the best and the best thing for people who want hardware resilience as well as software resilience. Again, we're going to marry 5 or 6 nines in the hardware with 5.9 software platform to deliver a tremendous experience to our customer. These are incredibly resilient. There are economics at scale. We can scale out, blade chassis. We can scale out, shelves of disks. So it's fairly flexible, and you have a single support organization, just like you do with VxRack as well, and our appliances. Now moving on to appliances, hyper-converged answer, it requires the SDDC, but we sell these only in units. The nice thing about selling them in units is we know what's exactly in there and what it's going to be every time, so we literally put a manager, a wizard for the installation process. True story, you could literally walk in a VSpecs Blue appliance to your mom's house, and you could walk your mom through the wizard. It's so easy your mom could do it, right? So 15 minutes later, she could have a fully operational data center in her home after 15 or 20 minutes. Fantastic ease of use, so easy your mom could do it, and a single support organization. That is the simple methodology. We expect to see that go out for end user compute, remote offices, oil and gas platforms, new emerging markets with data residency requirements. It's a fantastic play for those. That is our portfolio in a nutshell. So let's review that real quickly and see if we can answer these questions correctly. Let's play a little game. Which CI would you position? If I had 55 VMs, 4 physicals, my growth rate was 15%, and I was 95% Microsoft and 5% other, which would you select? Most of you are going to say VSpecs Blue. Good answer. I've got 1,082 VMs, 40 physicals, growth rate of 12%, 75% Microsoft, 10% Oracle, and 15% other. What would I select? Quick answer, vBlock, right? Pretty traditional workloads. Microsoft and Oracle are highly dependent on 5 and 6 nines for performance and uptime and functionality. We're going to probably recommend a vBlock here. How about 7,400 VMs? 40 physicals, growth rate of 22%, 75% other. There's some OpenStack in their labs, and they're playing with a free version of Cloud Foundry with only 25% SAP workload. What would you recommend? Well, this is a great use case for VxRack and or vBlock. For their SAP workloads, probably vBlock. For all those other works, VxRack. If they're really progressive, maybe we can put it all on VxRack. This is a great place to ask your customer, what is your digital strategy? All right, how about 126 VMs, primarily around or solely around end user compute, growth rate of 3%, and they're 100% Microsoft. You'll see this all day long in our small and medium-sized shops. What would you recommend? Again, VSpecs Blue, great answer. This time it'll be 2 units, or it will likely be a unit growing into 2 potential units in the future of VSpecs Blue. Let's talk about 1,082 VMs, 40 physicals, growth rate 30%, 70% Microsoft, 15% SAP, 15% other, and they're using NSX in production and has OpenStack running in dev. What would we position? Ask the CXO about the digital strategy. Here we can use our portfolio to our advantage. Align a V block, a VX block, or a VX rack with their particular use cases. Position it, or give the CXO, if he's great and he wants choice and is very knowledgeable, just explain the deltas and have him choose the right answer for his organization. Hopefully this has simplified everything for everyone. Really wanted to give you a high-level overview of our blocks, racks, appliances strategy. If you have any questions, reach out to me at Shive IT.